house for a lot of things. The community used it for Christmas celebrations, and we had Christmas plays.
Oh, in the schoolhouse?
In the schoolhouse, in the auditorium, on the stage. And I remember Mother and Daddy being so involved in all that. And that the adults would have programs too in there. And we'd have like the Christmas programs and plays, and they had piano in there, and someone had played the piano, during a lot of the stuff. So it was used not just for school, but for a lot of different things for the community of Divot, yeah.
And and that was during the era of when just one school teacher taught various grades, I guess?
Yes.
Wow.
Maybe that was before, yes. I think she taught everything, yes.
Different subjects and different grade levels. Wow. And what was her name again?
Mrs. Hester.
Hester, okay.
Yeah, I think Miss Hester was the teacher that lived out there at the time. But.
And do you remember like we watched this video clipping of an older man in a covered wagon coming in to town? Do you remember that day, seeing that, or were you not there that day?
No, I wasn't there that day.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing this video.
Just the video of it? No.
Or did I remember seeing it? Maybe I did. That was in 56, though, I think, wasn't it?
I think so. I think
so
56.
I had married in 54, so I was already gone by then.
Oh, okay.
Right. But I think maybe I saw the video of it, probably.
Yeah, the video.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
And so after you married, Cokey had property in Cotulla area. You said on the Nueces River?
Well, that's where his dad and mother lived, and his aunt and uncle, Jim and Effie Murray, lived in Cotulla town, right across from the courthouse and the jail and everything, because his uncle was like a sheriff or deputy sheriff or something.
Okay.
Jim Murray. And his aunt, Effie Murray, half raised Cokey because he was really sick when he was born, I understood, in New Orleans. And so the doctors told that him and his mother needed to get out of that area, that wet area there in New Orleans, because of his health.
Oh, wow.
And they were like grandparents' age when they had him, had Cokey.
Oh, so they were much older in years. Did they?
They were like, I think his mother was like 36 when he was born.
Oh, okay. Had she had any other children prior to that?
No,
or?
she had. He was
the only child then.
Yes,
Okay.
he was an only child. Yes.
Wow.
And so we lived in that house when Cindy was born, in the big house, because his aunt and uncle had passed away.
Okay.
But it was his. So, because during school, when he was still in high school there in Cotulla, he had problems with somebody in school, and his Aunt Effie gets on her high horse, they said, and she chewed the school out, and so she homeschooled him then.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of years, because she didn't want them treating him like they were treating him at school. And she drove a big, green, heavy Buick, great big Buick, and people would say, "Get out of the way, here comes Miss Effie." And she'd drive that Buick down the middle of the street.
And this was Cokey's aunt?
Uh-huh, right, his dad's sister.
Okay.
I think was a half-sister there. But anyway, so that's how they left New Orleans and moved to Cotulla because...
For drier climate because of his health?
Right,
okay.
Because of his health, and his mother's evidently too. So we lived in there, and it was a big house. You went in the front door on the side closest to the courthouse. It was across the street, and the Methodist church was next door. but you went in the front door, and when you went out the back door of that long hall, you were on the back street.
Right.
It was a block, almost a block through that house. It was so big. They had entertained in that house. His aunt and uncle had wooden floors throughout. I remember it, a great big kitchen and big dining room, and a huge, I think one of the rugs in that main living room was like 27 feet long.
Oh, wow.
Big area rug in there that they had. But you could see the pit marks from the old high heel shoes on those wooden floors.
Oh, the shoes would leave marks in the floor?
Where they had dances and entertained.
Oh, neat.
And so, anyway, we moved back from the hospital in Dilley when Cindy was born. We moved into that, and we stayed there probably until she was about 2. And his dad would come in every day and meet some of the people there, the men, and they would sit around on the steps in front of the drugstore there, and every day they were in there. And his mother met these ladies that owned what they called it was a gift shop, and it had all kinds of clothing, baby's clothing and everything. And she would end up buying everything for Cindy that had come in that store practically. And Cindy never got to wear half of them because there were just so much.
So many of them, yeah.
Right, yes. But they decided to switch places because Cokey wanted back out on the farm in the country. And it's kind of like Daddy moving from San Antonio back to Divot.
Right.
When I was born. But anyway, so that's how we ended up out at, we called it the farm, because it was the farm. It was like 700 acres, and then it had the Nueces River on part of it.
Oh, they had 700 acres. Wow.
Of farmland, yeah. And then that was behind the house and some in front, but most of it was down in the back. And then the land ran all the way down to the Nueces River.
Wow.
It was across the road from Cotulla that I don't know where it went. It was out in the country. It was a farm to market road, I guess.
And so while y'all were there, yeah, I remember we saw some video footage of a dog boxers, and y'all raised boxers for a period of time, or
no,
or just had pets.
I don't think that boxer was there. I think I know we had Weimaraners, the gray ghost, the gray dogs.
Oh, okay.
We call them Weimaranas or Weimaraners.
Okay.
W-E-I-M, German dogs. And Cindy was little. She was probably 2. I don't think she was 3 yet. Anyway, it was cold, and we had little mittens on her, and she went out in the backyard because we had them in a fenced place in the backyard. And she came back missing her mittens, and we looked everywhere and couldn't find them. And that next morning, we found them in the dog's poop.
Oh no, the dog had eaten them?
She had put her hands in the fence to pet the dog, and they pulled those mittens off of her hands.
And swallowed them.
And, right. Yes, I remember that now too. Yeah, that's why we couldn't find it, yes.
It was inside the dog at the time.
Right.
Until he pooped it out.
Uh-huh, yes. Yes, and I lost a lot of my personal stuff in that my annual, high school annual, and several things. That
You said you lost it? Like what happened?
There was a little storage room that I showed you behind the house.
Oh, yes.
In that video.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we had a lot of that stuff stored, in that little house.
Did it get broken into, or?
Well, the guy that ended up leasing the place, we hadn't gotten it out there yet, and a lot of that stuff was gone.
Oh, he
So
went into that building and who knows what may have come of it then.
Right.
Wow.
No. And also he stole Cokey's little saddle because his Uncle Jim Murray had already, or maybe his dad too, had already bought him because he was on horseback when he was 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it was a little bitty saddle.
Oh, from when he was a child?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And all
And that was taken
gone.
as well then?
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of stuff was taken out there. So
So if y'all leased the
that it?
house, where were y'all living at that time then? Were y'all still living on the property or?
I don't know if we had already left Cotulla because he ended up inheriting the ranch that his Uncle Jim and Aunt Murray and Effie had.
Okay.
They had the 3,000-acre ranch.
Oh, wow, they had 3,000. Wow.
Right.
Plus there was the 700 that his parents had then?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, they were in different places, the opposite sides of Cotulla. That property was, I guess that's west, on the right side of Cotulla.
Mm-hmm.
And that was up toward, is that Asherton that's out that way?
There is, I can't think where exactly where it is.
But that's where
And
that 3,000 acres was?
Merle taught there.
Aunt Merle King?
Uh-huh.
Well,
after she graduated from college, she taught school there.
in Cotulla?
No, it
Or
was
in
in Asherton.
Asherton.
I
Okay.
think that's what the name of this little town was.
Okay.
But the ranch was that way.
And that
Cokey
towards that
inherited.
direction?
Yes, but they lived in the big house in Cotulla, right across from the courthouse.
Okay.
His aunt and uncle, his Uncle Jim and Aunt Murray.
Oh, I
But
see.
they left that to him also.
Oh, that house in town?
And yes, that plus the ranch and
Wow.
everything. And then the drought in the 50s. They were having to pull the cattle feed trucks in up there in that sand. It was
Oh, you said there was a drought in the 1950s?
Yes, it was terrible. That's when all the people left Divot to
Oh.
go find jobs and work elsewhere. And that's when they...
How long did the drought last? Was it just not one season? It was longer than that?
No, it was longer than that.
Wow.
Yes, it was. It was
And it caused people to kind of have to leave to go elsewhere for work?
for work, to have income. Yes,
Right.
because they couldn't grow any crops with no irrigation. Daddy was fortunate enough that he,
Was able to make it?
put irrigation in. Have
Wow.
irrigation well done. But Cokey didn't do it up there on that ranch. It was just, there wasn't a home or anything that I can remember on it.
Yeah.
Evidently there could have been at one time, but anyway.
Did he eventually have to sell some of it in order?
He ended up, I can't even remember exactly what happened. If he left it with his mother and dad
Oh.
when we moved away or what.
When y'all moved away, where did y'all move to?
Cokey ended up working with Hughes Tool Company,
Okay.
and we ended up moving here, I guess, the first time
Oh, to Victoria?
to Victoria. And then he ended up being transferred. We were transferred from here to Bay City.
Oh, y'all lived in Bay City as well then?
Right. We leased a little house here. No, he ended up buying this little house here in Victoria. And then we moved to Bay City and bought a house that was under construction there.
Okay.
And then he was transferred to Alice.
Oh, wow. So
So-
y'all moved different places then?
Right, yes.
Due to his employment with used
Right.
tools?
Well, he's tools, and then it was with Valcat Petroleum after that.
Valcap Petroleum?
Valcap Petroleum, yes. They were some out of the valley, the owners were, like, and it was all related also.
Oh, related to Cokey's family, or
No,
or
oil.
oh,
Oil
to the
related.
oh, oil related. Okay.
Right, yes. Because, of course, being with Hughes Tool, I think he was, I don't know exactly what he did with the compressors. Maybe he sold them to the oil companies that were
Oh, okay.
drilling or going to drill. I don't know. Valcap Petroleum was all related in some way, and they transferred him until he ended up being back here. We lived in Alice, and we built the house here out in the North Crest Addition, which is out now surrounded by town on the north side of Victoria.
Oh, okay.
And so people that we were friends with, that made friends with there in Alice, knew people here in Victoria that owned or had a lumber yard, and so they got him in contact with a builder here
Okay.
in Victoria. He was just what was he at that time? He wasn't a full builder, but anyway, so he got plans, house plans, and everything together for us, and we came up and looked at the lot out there, and he ended up, and it was two acres on the lot.
Oh, 2 acre property then. Nice.
Right. And so we built that house from scratch while we were still living in Alice, and then moved. And then I went to work with the DPS, the driver's license office here in Victoria.
Oh, okay. The Department of Public Safety.
I was with in the school system there in Alice, secretary to the principal in the school there,
Oh.
and that's where I started. But I had lived up here. And I guess I'd worked for I guess it was after we moved and built that house that I went to work in 71, I think, for the DPS, for the state of Texas driver's license. And we had only one place open then for driver's license
Oh, okay.
in Victoria. And now we don't have any.
Oh, did they not have one
I
anymore?
had to go to Cuero to get my license renewed.
Oh, wow. Who would have ever thought as big as Victoria is?
I know it, but they had mold problems in that building. Well, I finally heard why they closed it.
Oh.
But it's been closed for 2 years already. We had to go to either Cuero or Port Lavaca to get your driver's license.
Oh, wow.
So you had to make an appointment to go in to get them renewed. So
I've noticed that they started doing that. You have to be scheduled. You used to go wait in a very long line. You know.
Yeah, I gave the driver's license test,
So,
written test and eye test and everything.
oh, you used to help with that?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Neat.
And then the officers would take them out on the driving test. Yeah, they were always male officers at that time that did the driving test. But we did the written test and eye tests inside.
Oh, neat.
There was one other lady that was there.
So whatever happened to Cokey then?
He ended up having he ended up having a malignant brain tumor.
Oh, no.
And they said evidently he'd had it a long time.
Oh.
Yes.
So he had a long time and it just slowly...
Just grown, yes, it slowly, and he was having headaches and bad headaches, and yeah, he was drinking a lot. to try to
With the
numb
pain.
The pain.
Wow, wow.
Right. Yes. And so.
That's really tough.
Right. I know. So.
Because how old was he when he wasn't very
42.
42 when he passed away,
Yes.
when he died?
When he died. Yes.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So if he was 42 when he died, then that would have left Cindy. How they would have been young still.
Right. Cindy was born in 56. So, I'm trying to think. Jeff was 10, I think, and so she was 4 years older.
So she'd have been about 14, and
maybe about 14, yeah.
and then Jeff was 10 at the time.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow. That would have been tough on all y'all.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough losing him at that young age, but anyway, he was drinking so bad because he was a safety engineer in Divot, because I'd met him when he was going off to Shriner Institute, and I was going into ninth grade, into high school.
Oh, that's when y'all first met?
Uh-huh, right, yes, and he
was
graduated from Shriner Institute.
How much older was he than you then? About 4 years older?
4 years
Oh,
older.
okay.
Right. He would be 90. I guess he was born in. No. Yeah, it was almost 4 years, because he was born in 33.
33? Okay.
Uh-huh. And I was born in
36.
Mm-hmm. So, I can't remember how old I was. I think I was like 13 or 14. And I'd gone to stay with a friend of mine's house in Dilley.
Oh, in Dilley?
Because we were having scrimmage football games. It was in the summer right before school started.
Uh-huh.
And they were having the scrimmage football games. And so we'd gone in and we came back because we could walk. Because at Emma's house, where she was living at the time that Dad had, the teachers there in Dilley, backed onto where their property was, where this friend of mine was, Aunt Earl and Uncle Earl and Aunt Elizabeth Parks. And they lived in that house. And so we would walk over to the school, because it was just like a block over to the school, to the football field and everything. So we got over there, and her dog had followed us over there. And so we had to turn around, and he had seen me because he was dating one of my friends, Bobby Carroll's sister. I can't remember her name now. She was closer to his age, and he was with her up in the stands. Maybe they were playing Cotulla that night, just scrimmage in Cotulla, I don't know. But anyway, he had seen me, so he asked Bobby Carroll who I was. And then that's how we ended up finally meeting, and then we rode each other the whole time he was in Shriner.
Oh, neat.
School up at Kerrville, yeah. And that's how we met. But I guess I was evidently through my appendix problems, because we didn't have any trouble going back and forth, walking and doing all that. So I don't remember in relationship to what time my appendix had ruptured. You know, it was before, because we certainly weren't married or seeing each other when that happened. But then I ended up having the flu or something one time. I was in bed and I was out of the house. And he came, I was supposed to have had a date with him, and he came, and so he came, and they let him come in the bedroom and visit with me while I was sick.
Oh, I see.
So, before he left. And a friend of his, Buford Dobie, which is J. Frank Dobie's son, the author of the big old time, J. Frank Dobie.
I'm not familiar with that name.
You're not? Yeah, he was a big
He was an author, you said?
author, yeah.
What type of books do you write? Do you,
He was a rancher, so
okay. Books on ranching?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. I didn't read any of his books, but I know he was really popular and famous, and maybe he was even in politics.
Okay.
But his friend was Buford over. He was in our wedding. Great big guy. He ended up
Where'd y'all have y'all's wedding at?
at Dilly at the Methodist Church.
Oh, at the Methodist Church in Dilley then?
Yeah, I was a member there. Then.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
How,
He was
do you-
Methodist. Cokey was Methodist.
oh, was he also Methodist then?
Right, yes, His mother and dad, aunt and uncle were all Methodists.
Do you recall how he proposed to you back in the day?
I don't. No.
Not much detail on that, yeah.
Uh-huh. No. But I remember us getting the invitations and all to the wedding sent out. I think we sent 300 invitations.
Oh, wow.
It was big. That Methodist church had standing room only because everybody knew Daddy and Mother and the Kings.
Oh, right.
From
Yeah.
the Kings out there. Yeah. And I wanted that preacher that had been there. Smith was his last name. I think. Anyway, yeah. He married us.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Linda and Gail both were
In the wedding?
Mm-hmm. Because you and Gail are the same age, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all were both